Hello and welcome back to our second Digital Tech Talk. I'm Nathan Brunel and I'm here with Stephen James, our Global Application Engineering Leader. And today Stephen's going to give us his insight on valve lifecycle management from the perspective of an application engineer working on new projects. Stephen, I know you worked with a lot of people in this business and a lot of people know you, but for those who don't, can you give us a quick introduction of what you do and who you are?
Sure, thanks Nathan. So I've been with the business now for 15 years in a variety of different application engineering, sales, and industry management roles. Now, one common theme that I've had through that entire time has been focusing on earlier engagement with our customers. So the earlier that we can get involved with a project or with their opportunities, the better that we can do our job to make sure that we're aligning our products and solutions to their specifications and requirements, but also working with them to better modify their specifications to fit what is real and practical for us to do. So today, I take that philosophy and lead our global application engineering department to drive commonality in our approach to applications and commonality in approach of how we work with our customers earlier on in the process to align our solutions to their specifications.
Hey, thanks, Stephen. A lot of times you've been working on projects for more than 2 or 3 years before we see a request to bid the projects. It's quite different than what a lot of our channel partners and end users are looking for services we provide. And it's a different way to look at valve lifecycle management, and you use it different as a differentiator when it comes to a new construction project. Can you tell us a little bit about how you talk to a customer about our valve lifecycle management during the early stages of a bid?
So thanks, Nathan. For us, valve lifecycle management is something that our customers are looking for today. So when we look at a project, it's not just about selecting the optimal equipment based on their specification, but it's also providing them with the tools that they need to properly commission and start up their plant as quickly as possible. So projects around the world today, there's everything from really large-scale construction opportunities where you have integrated refineries and petrochemical facilities, even down to smaller brownfield opportunities where customers are looking at improving efficiency of an existing plant. But in both of those, they're looking for us for solutions not just on the products, but also on how do they optimize the way that they get starting and operating as quickly and as smoothly as possible.
Yeah, a lot of our customers are looking for the plants to operate as smoothly when they turn the key and start operations. But we know that's not always the case. There's always some learning that goes on and some retuning of the plant to get their processes right. What's your experience with this from a new construction standpoint?
So Nathan, you're right. Unfortunately, it doesn't always go super smoothly from the very beginning. So we manufacture our valves in our factories and send them out fully calibrated and ready to install, but then they can sit there in the field and wait around for some time. They can get exposed to the environment, to the elements, but they can also get exposed to our customers and to some, let's say, misbehavior that can happen on the way that they then tune the valves in the field. So one example is on critical valves like compressor anti-surge valves. So a lot of these critical valves are closed for a lot of their life, and tight shutoff is critical. So a customer may inadvertently increase air pressure on a valve like that, thinking that they're going to get tighter shutoff, where what they're doing is they're actually compromising the performance of the valve for its dynamic response when it was sent from our factory. So that's just one of many examples of where the valves in the field don't necessarily reflect exactly how they're shipped from our factories.
We see these challenges a lot. Can you explain how we could use the valve lifecycle management with these customers to improve those processes?
Sure. So for VLM and ValveView, that can help our customers in the beginning to help guarantee that they have the proper calibration, safety, and efficiency of the valves as we had shipped them from our factories. So take, for example, this compressor anti-surge valve. If they had run ValveView at the beginning, they weren't able to detect that this valve was out of calibration and been able to fix that before the valve was installed fully and operational. There's another example is there was a power plant in Ireland where they were using more than 25% excess gas out of a gas control valve, because the valve wasn't calibrated correctly. The control system thought that the valve was closed when in fact the valve was actually open about 10%. So that led to a lot of waste in the system. By using ValveView, they could have detected that and then stopped that waste earlier on in the process. But not all problems are as big as those. A lot of them are these small calibration errors that can happen that can add up to be a big loss in efficiency for our customers. So using tools like VLM and ValveView can help the customer detect those earlier on in the process and really improve their efficiency from the beginning.
Yeah, thanks, Stephen. You know, there's a lot of these applications that are unique and where valve lifecycle management can really add a lot of value to how our valves operate. You know, if you run into these applications or you're trying to differentiate our products for new constructions, our application engineers and our digital team can help to explain how we can differentiate and provide the customer with a better operating valve that has more guaranteed performance at startup. Tony Tapaccio is building these examples into his training classes today, and these are all a new way of thinking that we're trying to educate our teams to come comfortable with. Valve lifecycle management is not only troubleshooting, it's also fine-tuning, auto-calibrating, and getting our startup right so these valves operate flawlessly. There's a whole lot to learn on this, but we have some great examples. Reach out to us, reach out to Stephen, myself, Tariq Kabir when you have an application or a proposal for a new commissioning opportunity with our plants. For today, that concludes our digital tech talk. But come back for the next one so we can talk more about plant operations and how we monitor our valves to help our customers maximize their profitability. Thank you.